This is where the argument starts. I put in the comment section that John Stockton don't use his left hand. I agree with Trey. Like, just with his whole stance on how John Stockton was a basketball player. This is not me saying John Stockton's trash. I don't want to, like, necessarily go there with it. But what I will, like, was he great? No. In my opinion, no. Okay, but, like, so here's the argument. Like, this dude says he's still a great player, and I argued that, like, for what he was in his era, he's great. Like, just like the longevity, the accolades, I mean, even though his accolades aren't all that great, because, again, like, you can compare his accolades to a lot of players that you wouldn't even put in, like, say, top 50. Like, his accolades aren't too much different from, like, Ron Artest's. I promise you they're not. Ron Artest might not have as many All-NBA teams, or might not have as many, like, obviously not going to have the assist league leaders in assist argument, but, like, then if that's the case, then we're gonna have to start, like, naming niggas like Rondo. Okay, so anyways, I tell him that, like, he's great for his era, but the skill set he had wouldn't necessarily translate. I feel like that's facts. The only thing that would translate is the threes and the assists, because John Stockton is a great playmaker. Like, he played the pick and roll fundamentally perfect. But I also mentioned that his peak wasn't better than a lot of the 90s point guards. Mark Price, Tim Hardaway, Kevin Johnson, Gary Payton, Penny, Terry Porter, Rod Strickland. Again, you can watch my underrated point guard of the 90s video. You can check that out. This dude comes back with the argument that Allen Iverson didn't use his left. And then I'm making the argument that when I say use your left, it's not even like, can you make, like, are you going for left-hand layups? Because that would completely negate Allen Iverson, because he was playing, like, on the left side, and he did use his left-handed dribble. That's how he got people with his crossovers. That's how he got people with just his moves, like his bag, his package. He had a package that can allow him to score from 3 levels on the court. That's something John Stockton did not have, because he literally could not score on one side of the basketball court. So that was my argument to combat that. This nigga said, by my logic, Steph Curry wouldn't be good in the 90s. That's stupid. That's dumb. I don't even know how do you get that from that. That's dumb. That doesn't even make sense. And then this dude said that he uses his left hand to make passes and dribble. But that's not the point that I'm trying to make. I'm not saying John Stockton literally never used his left at all. That's not the argument I'm trying to make. My point is that John Stockton, for possessions on possessions, would deadass be so uncomfortable putting the ball on his left side that he would, like, pick up his dribble or do that weak ass old shit that, like, the old players was doing. The same shit that I was talking about Walt Frazier with, when he puts his back behind the basket. Like, that's because, like, they're so dominant, like, just with one hand and, like, pounding it, like, as if, like, you literally can't, like, handle the rock like how you do in today's era. Granted, like, I guess carrying rules were, like, probably, like, more strict back then, but, like, still, like, regardless, like, just the fact that a player would be, like, so dominant with, like, one hand and yet so useless on the other hand, to where, like, you couldn't even make a move that way that would get you an efficient bucket consistently on a consistent night-to-night basis, is more or less the point that, like, I'm trying to prove. Because when hoopers, like, okay, when basketball players say, like, this dude has no left, it's not that he literally can't dribble with his left hand, or that he literally can't. It's just that he's never going to go there, because he's so comfortable all the time in making his moves right-handed. That's where the language and the discussion and dialogue come from. I'm pretty sure if you talk to a nigga like Gilbert Arenas, he'll give you the same assessment of John Stockton as a player. Like, okay, I don't want to get too much about him, like, translating to this era. I just want to talk about his skill set in general. But now, here's what I'm going to do. I found the 1994 game. I guess we can put on game. We're going to put on game 1 right here. Shout out to Marcel Caller for the film. Hopefully this don't get me copyrighted. If it do, oh well. Like, I'm more so here today to prove a point. Let's get to it.
Utah Jazz. Both Houston
on this game. Leave a comment down below. Like, share, subscribe.
Getting here to the Western Conference Finals.
We first here watch some old school basketball. Old school game, because I really do feel like my point it's gonna get missed by a lot more than people.
Well, you talk about the trade of Jeff Horner, Corbin,
Granted,
and David Benoit off the bench in the small forward position. Benoit will start tonight against the bigger Robert Ory.
People know,
That will bring
but they
Corbin
don't
off
know.
in the first quarter.
And it's like, yeah, hey,
Definitely had
I'm more so here today to
after they
prove my
faced the
point, though.
Pointer, Carl Herrera, and Maxwell.
13.
Jerry Sloan, one of the
There's David
elite
Benoit,
coaches
who
of all
lead
time.
and
Shout out Jerry Sloan.
Hugh Hollins and Ron Garrettson. Otis Thorpe with the ball. Otis Thorpe playing with a sore, bruised hip.
Leave it straight to
Well,
you.
Kenny Smith right away with the perimeter shot. The rebound by Karl Malone. John Stockton defended.
Look,
by
his
Kenny
back is
Smith.
already facing. His back already started facing the basket, and he went right to his right.
Look to make all the entry passes to Karl Malone in the post.
Illegal defense called by Hugh Holland very early in this game. Only 30 seconds elapsed.
See, both of these teams play a lot of screen roll, and they do a lot of posting up with either Elijah Wan or Karl Malone. So you have to read about double
One
teaming.
press to make him go
how they're gonna
left,
play
and he
screen
picked
roll.
up the
Two
dribble and
important
went.
facets of the NBA game, specifically in the playoffs when you get down to half-court action.
Again, look, same thing.
Two defensive-minded coaches. There's Karl Malone.
It's the same exact thing. He got stuck. As soon as he made him put the ball down there, he got stuck and made that bailout pass to Malone down low.
Tonight too. Bob, when we
This
look
is a
at
full
it,
game of
Utah gives up
basketball, so
more
it's not like
three-point
I'm,
shots
like,
than anybody in the NBA.
trying to make
and
something up or
Houston
something.
takes more, so we'll have to see where that leads tonight.
Bad pass from Malone. Houston
This is
with the
just
ball.
John
Nobody's
Stockton,
been able to
like,
score yet.
as a basketball player.
Looking for Elijah Wan in the post. The turnaround jumper.
Shout out Keem, the dream, the GOAT. That's translatable.
Oh, Felton Smith.
Dream that can translate throughout any era. Let's just get out that way. I'm not anti-old players. I'm anti some old players that y'all idolize too much.
Just says, why not? I've seen Mutombo, I've seen Robinson. Why not Elijah Wan? And if I win this
Look,
series,
back to the
maybe
basket.
Patrick Ewing or Rick Smith. So I
As
might
soon
well
as
see
they
them
put him
all
down,
before
as soon as they're putting him down
Spencer
there.
not really a shot blocker, but he does put a big body on you down there as he cleared the way for John Stockton. As you saw Spencer posted out high, Stockton with the penetration. It's tied at 2.
Rockets go inside out, you double team, you kick out, and that's what you get.
And like in today's era, are you ever seeing Kemba like
This is the leading
in the presence of a
three-point
defender,
shooting team
like
in
just
the
turn his back
NBA.
into the basket?
Now the opponents in the
He's got
playoffs for
crap
Utah
dribble.
only shooting 30%
Be
from
honest.
that three-point line, so they defend the three-point
So?
shot very well, even though they give up the most in the playoffs. So interesting that so many teams shoot so many against them, but yet the percentage is so low.
Otis Thorpe trying to play Karl Malone, who's really developed a perimeter game in the last couple of years to go with what already is one of the best post games in the NBA. Down to Elijah Wan again as he puts it on the floor, stripped by Utah. It's 3 against 3. Benoit couldn't control it. Houston ball.
The Jazz will run on opportunity. They're not a team that's going to look to run all night long. They're only averaging 96 points a game in the playoffs, so obviously they're going to run into the half-court set, but on turnovers or block shots, they'll get out and push it.
Elijah Wan almost lost it again as Stockton raked it away from him. 10 to shoot for the Rockets. Look at the moves by that 7-footer.
Tough.
Right,
Dream is
switches
tough,
left.
man.
A near
It's
crossover dribble and the jump shot Elijah Wan.
Okay, let's get to
We
it.
talked about it so often, Bob, but the big-time scorers now in the low post also have to have a game where they can step out and shoot the ball because of all the double teams.
Now Spencer's going to score there over anybody. Spencer's
On a
a
scale
big
of 1
guy.
to
He weighs
10,
about
1, how hard is that
275
pass to
pounds.
make?
And he
2,
will be putting a body.
is that
wherever he can
John
touch
Stockton
Elijah Wan.
creating a
There's another
bucket, or is that John Stockton
so
just
quickly to the hoop, but he knew that Hakeem was there.
getting the ball to an open man?
For the 10-footer. And we have, after a slow start scoring-wise,
Again, this is not even me trying to like. I'm not even trying to be overly critical because that's the
It's
right
opportunity
thing to
running
make.
again. You
But
saw
like,
the turnover. Stockton will look to push it. If it's
all
not there,
time,
he'll
this
pull
is
it back.
number
That
2,
time he had
3.
numbers and he hit the jump shot.
I watched Chris Paul my whole entire career. I don't care if he only made it to one Western Conference Finals. Bro. You can't tell me John Stockton is a better player than Chris Paul.
Hornacek and Maxwell will be
When we talking about pure point guard, it should be Chris Paul's name.
Maxwell definitely got the best of his
definition.
matchup with
Like
Marley.
people should think Chris Paul. They shouldn't think John Stockton.
Well, Hornacek is going to give him a different look because he's going to come
I'm more
off
so
more
like
screens.
beating a dead
Marley
horse.
stayed out at the three-point line, so Hornacek's going to run him off picks, and Maxwell's got to be aware that he'll also shoot the three.
Stockton missing. Elijah Wan rebounding.
I would have to say Hornacek probably at this stage of his career a little quicker than Marley also, so the quickness won't be quite as noticeable it was the difference in that other series.
We talked about the big body. Did you see Spencer step there?
Only loves to strip guys going Now this guy, Robert Horry, I think has been a real key of their team. The non-trade of him, he comes back. His attitude is good. He's shooting the three-point shot better than anybody on the team right now. That time you saw his ability to take it to the basket.
10 to shoot. Karl Malone. Defended by Thorpe. That's going to be a handful for Otis Thorpe tonight. Kenny Smith with the rebound. Vernon Maxwell. Quick move into the hoop. Stripped away by Stockton. Picked up by Thorpe.
I don't know if we're gonna tune into this entire game or not. Like I mean, niggas know the outcome. You can like, basketball reference the whole entire outcome and the stats and whatnot. I'm not here today to be super analytical. I'm not here today to
defensive transition and not allow them to get easy
basketball
layups.
game, but I am here to show and highlight the weaknesses of John Stockton that get exposed in these type of atmospheres that like would never happen to a modern day point guard. Like modern day point guards would have to see way more than what John Stockton says. Modern day point guards see traps. When Damian literally needs to get stopped, he sees two. He sees hard hedges. He sees everybody because everybody knows that Damian Lillard can go out there and score 35. Who would care if John Stockton can score 35? Where they're not even thinking about that. They're just thinking about, okay, how do we stop John Stockton from passing
They
too big?
lost Olajuwon and Felton Spencer both. Look at his hand, see if he injured
How
himself
do we
there.
make John Stockton uncomfortable
Those two
so
fingers
that
are
the
taped on
vision
right
for
hand.
him to make these
Looked like
passes
he tried to go so quickly, he lost
don't
his
go
balance.
through?
I don't
And
know how
that's
he
like
recovered himself.
Did you see that? Felton
Felton
Spencer at about 275 pounds stepped on
Alfred
his
Payton's
hand.
now.
When he comes
man,
back around,
like,
you'll see
if I'm being
that
real, bro,
Olajuwon was stepped on that spin move.
It appears that Hakeem is so excited about this game tonight. He's going too quickly. He's got 3 turnovers tonight. I think he can take his time. There's the Felton. They're going to really try to chase Hornacek off his outside shots. If they screen low, they're going to trap it and try to prevent him from getting that shot quickly.
There's only 2 seconds on the shot clock. Stockton breaks up the end-to-end pass intended for Maxwell.
Now you're going to see Stockton, no numbers. They'll get into their set offense. They'll either run screen row or they run screen across from Malone to try to get him the ball in the low post. They have so many different variations. Here's the screen roll with Spencer.
Stockton steps inside of the
Big roll bails him out.
and hits the little 14-footer, and the Jazz lead it by 3. Time
Because
out of
there's
the
no
fourth.
way John Stockton
6:34
going
to go
to make
in
a
the
basketball move.
first quarter in the
That
Western
way.
Finals,
Giving
Game 1
somebody a bucket.
from Houston.
You saw even when he did go for the left scoop. Wait.
Jazz
If it
by 3,
wasn't
and Doug, you were
left-hand,
talking about the key to defending this very fundamental play.
Well, they're
Even when
starting
he
out
did,
this
bro,
series
like,
right now as we
again.
stop it right here. See, Kenny Smith is going to go under the
pick
screen.
came and he went
So
straight
John
down the middle
Stockton
with
knows
it.
he's
That's
going to be
not-
able to take the
he
ball
didn't
inside
even
to
go
the
to his
foul
left
line,
side.
and Kenny Smith is going to meet him there. Does a nice job. Hakeem shows up just enough to get back, but here's where he gets in problem. He leaves his feet. Now Stockton up and under, and he makes the little jump shot. So Kenny Smith did the thing that they want to do. They want to go under the screen on Stockton.
That's a good move,
Now,
though.
if he
That's a
starts
good
hurting
move to
them,
get bucket.
they'll have to
I
make
ain't
an
even gonna
adjustment.
hate on
With
this. I like
Hornacek,
it.
they'll trap it big, and the same thing with Jay Humphrey. So
This is
different
shit
ways
we
to play
talked
the
about.
screen roll.
Earl Curitan stepped on, and the trainer is looking at it. Ray Belfiore looking at him on the side. 275 pounds of Felton Spencer stepping on
Fucking quality.
Olajuwon's hand.
That's happening.
Spencer goes down. Curitan with his hands full. They lob to the 7-foot Felton Spencer.
This game 7, they set up.
Less than a minute of play. Olajuwon back in with new tape on his fingers. And Felton Spencer, you see his numbers from the playoffs there. Spencer in his 4th year. Jazz by 3.
See if they can get Hornacek on track maybe in the offense. He hasn't had a shot yet. Let's see if they can run something for him, maybe get him a shot coming off the screen.
Maxwell defending Hornacek. We have a foul called underneath the basket
Offense
by
like
Mike
that would not
Mathis.
look like that.
That'll be the first on Olajuwon. Karl Malone picked up a foul earlier for Utah.
Let's watch Olajuwon. They said that he pulled him backwards. That's a little light contact right there for all that's gone on in the playoffs. Sometimes you wonder. I saw the
I guess they call foul
fourth
on
foul
him.
on Mutombo the other day in the playoffs with Denver, where it was incidental contact. Didn't really have an effect in that 7th game
Big
No,
play
you're
on
not
Saturday.
on the
Jay
court.
Humphrey trying to use his quickness against
Shit, we're not on the court.
David Robinson.
No, we're here for.
Face when he released the ball. Now Maxwell.
You're not in the court yet.
Something Jeff Malone did. Player Smith on fire.
And the crowd really cheering the defensive effort.
They get out and back in the passing lane. They kick. He said tempo.
Did over 5 times. Elijah won 3 times right there in the paint. But they seem to have settled down now, they being the Houston Rockets.
I think this play will go.
Night of the week again. Thursday, and Doug and I will close out our TNT coverage at 9 o'clock in Salt Lake City on Friday night.
You see, in the playoffs, the first quarter has been very good to the Houston Rockets. They've been outscoring their opponents by 5 points a game. Quarter's been very good.
And defense has been the key. Utah's been held scoreless 4 minutes since taking a 14-9 lead.
When Bob
Away from the ball out here on the high. 16 points.
right back to that screen roll. Chambers will look to shoot the jumper.
Back on the court.
They're smothering that pick and roll.
Now the defense has been incredible. 24-20. Rockets out in front with 9:59 to go in the first half, and we have a timeout on the floor from the Summit.
Team, the Spurs on the regular 7, that was 5th. So there's Robinson, Mutombo, Olajuwon.
Cassell had Phoenix.
3 for 3 from the floor. Has a chance now for his 7th point. He's only been on the floor 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
7-point Rockets lead. That's the biggest of the game. 9:43 to go first half. Stockton answering quickly. Tyrone Corbin from
that's the best
Here's
John
some
Stockton
big
has
ones
in
the Denver
the
series.
running trying to beat somebody
Thorpe knocked Stockton
like,
down.
and it didn't
Malone
necessarily
gets the
work.
ball
That's
with a
so
new
far
shot
like
clock.
the most I've seen him go aggressively at the left side of the basket. As soon as they look, again, pick the dribble.
Jay Humphrey steps around Cassell.
As soon as somebody made a
to go down, and Mario
poke
Elie
at the
rebounds.
ball when he was using his left hand,
Humphries has
or
really been bothered by
like I attempted to steal the ball out of left
so that
hand.
he could really have used the rest.
Oh, such a great
Look at
defense
Cassell.
by one of the best defensive guards of all time, by the way.
9 points.
Yeah, I'm sure Sam Cassell was way harder to guard than
Humphries over on Cassell. Let Stockton play Kenny Smith.
John Wall. Yeah, I'm sure of
Stockton,
that.
first team All-NBA.
Okay, old people, whatever you say, man.
By the rookie in
Look
the
at that.
second
The pick and
quarter.
roll bails him to go back to the side he doesn't want to go. They don't allow him to turn the ball over.
Has to beat Humphries.
Now we're getting to the critical moments of the game, bro. We always use the opening minutes of the game. Now we're really looking at John Stockton critically.
Kenny Smith, 11
Now,
points.
because now, you know, defeats, they warmed up.
Time report minutes from
And I
now.
don't even want people to look at this like I'm targeting John Stockton's bad game. Like I'm just trying to dead to the point. Look at that. Right? They're so, look at that. The defense knows they don't want him to go that way.
The problem is, instead of Stockton continuing on to the foul line,
So
this
the
time he tries
hedge,
to cut back.
this is just
And
generic
when he
hedge, no
does,
hard hedge, nothing.
He gets hung up
Sam
in the air
Cassell
with
does
no
the right
place to
thing,
go.
and John Stockton does
Kenny
not know
Smith
what
reads
to
the
do because
passing
he
lane. He gets the
can't
turnover.
make no
17
scoring
points
motion
now
going
of
that way.
Houston
What?
of Utah
So
turnovers.
ever,
In
which is
15
my
minutes
point.
tonight, the Jazz already have 10 turnovers.
Look, okay, so he comes that way. There, and he brings it back. He brings it back as soon as he can and uses the pick to make sure that he can go back that way.
Chambers from Stockton.
Again, come on now.
No
That's
question
like the
about it.
third,
You said in
fourth
the
time
opening
I've
that
mentioned
fatigue
that he
could play
does the same
a
thing.
part in this game, and Utah does, in fact,
And it's really
with
not
fatigue.
hard to tell
And not
basketball players'
quite ready.
tendencies. Like, just because they're in the league doesn't mean they have tendencies. Like,
Jerry Sloan won it as Kenny Smith misses
it
the
is
three.
just basketball. Like, it's only so much like a player's gonna get used to doing.
Williams jump shot. I keep going back to that, how fragile everything
This is
is.
not
That
me
jump
saying I can
shot
guard
went
John
in to win
Stockton.
game
Now, this
4.
is me saying
Cost
that
him
like when
8
he's on the
days
court
rest and 3 extra
as a
games.
pro,
You know how big that is
tell
on a
him,
night
see
like
what he
tonight.
is.
Karl Malone really struggling tonight.
And
He
it's
is
clearly in
1-4-5.
Houston's game
He
plan.
is the
Look.
man, as we all know. He has to carry this team.
Well, you saw in the double overtime.
And look what
win at
the
Denver,
Jazz do
when
to
he
try
went
and
out, they could
compensate
hardly
for it.
score,
Man,
so
they
someone's
set
gonna
the
have to
pick on the right
manufacture
side
some
so
points.
John Stockton can go back right.
The jump shot.
They get Corbin
This
split
is
out
just-
there on the corners. Both
This is just basketball, and this is just how certain people like maneuver for certain things. Like, you have to fundamentally get the pick and roll right for a player like John Stockton, whose bread and butter is making plays for others, because he's not a 3-level scorer. He's not a bucket getter, and especially on that left side of the basket, you might as well call it raps for him. He's picking up his dribble, he's putting his back to the basket. That's my point. So when the dudes in the comment section tell me that, like, I don't know what I'm watching because John Stockton puts the ball in his left hand and make left hand passes, that is not what I mean by not being a left-handed player, bro. That just means when you have no left, you don't go to the left. Period. That is your weakness of the game of basketball.
Sides.
So don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. And it's like film for you to watch for years. You can go back to any game. I promise you can.
Inside from Cassell to Olajuwon over Chambers.
And the same thing applies.
No really backup center. You know, with Mark Eaton being down with an injury, Hakeem knows it's almost like the matchup against Phoenix. A.C. Green is a terrific defensive player, but he can't block his shot. So Hakeem shoots it with such great confidence, not worried about getting a blocked shot.
Karl Malone misses again. He's 1 for 6 tonight, and that one was right.
If I'm lying, then I'm lying.
Yeah, but he had Hakeem in
Where
one
did
eye.
Kodak? If I'm lying, I'm lying.
Matombo's gone. Now it's Hakeem now, so there's another quick shot.
It doesn't go. 1 for 7. Malone back with it. Not this time. Olajuwon with a rebound. 1 for 8. Kenny Smith sees the opportunity for penetration. As Jay Humphries fell down, Smith blew by him, and Kenny has 13 to lead all scorers. The biggest lead of the game, Doug, 13 points.
Again, you can see when Karl Malone struggles to
There's the
score,
dribble. As soon as somebody pushes him that left side again. Again, there's like no floater, no like layup, nothing. Like, just immediately looking to get the ball off and pass. Granted, it's a good pass. That's a great pass. It's a great shot by Malone. And that was created off John Stockton able to penetrate. But like, it's a defensive lapse too, because like, what is John Stockton even trying to do when he penetrates? He's only looking to pass.
Houston's at home, and you expect their crowd with the adrenaline and all that to help get them through that fatigue more so than Utah, who's on the road.
Hakeem changes cut right. There's no left. Just make sure he picks up the dribble and makes the pass.
Picked off by Stockton. He gets it back. Only Thorpe is there. Chambers gets the lay-in. 5:39 to go.
But all this half-court stuff is proving my point. This is when the half-court. I'm going to stop when the game goes to halftime.
Corbin with the rebound.
I got a couple more videos I need to. I got a couple more rants off my chest. I need a couple more rants off my chest for sure.
Stockton short pull-up jumper. Boy, would he love to have
Good dribble pull-up
against Denver.
Yes.
He could have ended this. Corbin with the rebound. Rockets violent.
Again, the pick and roll sets him up. Good dribble pull-up there.
Stockton short pull-up jumper.
He gave him a little bit too much space. He got to his spot.
Against Denver.
Fundamental basket.
He could have ended the series earlier also. Stockton is 5 of 6 tonight. With that little pull-up jumper over on the left side.
So far we're at like, what, 2 instances where John Stockton guys had a whole no left narrative, and we've gone through like maybe 15 possessions of him doing the same thing.
Ellie and Cassell, they could form a...
This is what I'm talking about when I say a player can't go like left whatsoever.
It could be a political ticket. Vote for Cassell and Ellie.
Look, he dead ass doesn't even want to put the ball down with that hand, bro. He doesn't.
Malone back out to Humphries.
See, they're running this screen roll right now with Humphries and Chambers at the top of the floor, trying to get Chambers to roll out to get the jump shot. Olajuwon not leaving him.
Jay Humphries with the penetration into Tom Chambers. He's fouled on the pass. And Earl Curitan and Maxwell will come in for Houston. Spencer and Hornacek in for Utah. Malone will get a rest.
See, Jay Humphries was such a big player in that San Antonio series. And then against Denver, he got a sore knee, and his numbers came down dramatically. And they really need him. He can really give them some explosive scoring from that game in San Antonio in the second game of the series.
Back to the basket.
Points off
Already
the bench.
showing off, making sure that he doesn't have to go that way. That's that Walt Frazier shit I'm talking about, man.
Throws it away. That's the 11th turnover.
Bob, they're playing that screen down so great, and what they're doing is they're trailing Hornacek.
Hornacek off a change.
And like, you can't even blame that on the era of hand checking. Look at where Kenny is at to begin with.
25 points off the bench.
Like, it's your job as an offensive player, like how they said in the convenience video. It's your job as an offensive player to, you know, get rid of that hand that's hand checking you, right? Because without that guy hand, defense becomes more complicated.
Right in his hip.
Here,
As he's trying to curl at the
on
big
the left
man
side
showing
of
up,
the basket,
forcing him to pick up his
no
dribble, taking the catch and shoot
intention of him
away,
trying to even make
and then
a
getting
move.
back
It's just
quickly
him
to the
putting his back to the
baseline,
basket
guy who
to
just set
make
up
sure he
that
makes the
time
next
forcing
pass.
turnover. So their game plan is that right now at perfection.
This basketball physics movie, I'm taking it to school.
Weak side on Hornacek.
Cassell denied the penetration.
Y'all don't really be watching, y'all just be talking.
For three. So Maxwell checks back into the game and gets the assist from Cassell. 42-28. Think of this. 3:40 to go in the first half. And
Look,
Utah with first
Kenny makes me so uncomfortable. He again picks up
in 9 minutes. He had 3 big
That's
rebounds
the
and
shit
his
I'm
only
talking
shot
about,
in Game
man.
7.
You notice how every shot.
Like, how many more times you gonna have to pick up your coach, bro?
That's a sign of
Coach,
no legs
nowadays,
in your shot.
pulling you out the game if you keep killing your dribble. And that's what you keep doing when they push him to that left side of the basketball court.
It's on Corbin.
Kills his dribble, makes a quick pass, and doesn't get stuck.
You know,
That's good top
we
3,
are in
y'all.
Houston.
That's
This
top
is not
3.
New York.
Top 3. Top 5 point guard.
The score
Top 25,
certainly looks like
top
we're
30 all time for real.
Well, you've got two of the better
Let's talk
defensive
about it
teams
for
that
real.
as we get.
Because we watched the highlights. I could put on other game film for y'all if y'all want me to. Like, I can show y'all how Kevin Johnson was looking against the Bulls. Man, it was not man. Scoring for KJ was no problem compared to how it looks for John Stockton getting to his shit. Like, even if a player is right hand dominant, it shouldn't be struggles to get to the spots. It shouldn't be struggles of to the point where you have to literally kill your dribble every time they put you one side of the basketball court.
Into the Western and Eastern Conference Finals, you see the scores come way down. Remember we said in our open, Phoenix did not break.
This is what I mean when he couldn't legit like put the ball down left and go left, like make a move with your left hand.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll select the Budweiser player.
Dude, that's it.
Budweiser will donate $1,000 in his behalf for the United Negro College Fund. Olajuwon with 9 points now.
This should be self-explanatory within itself.
Biggest lead of the ball game, 44-28, a lead of 16.
The screen puts him in a position to go back right after he sets it.
Benoit, tough shot.
He has such great ability. He had a very poor regular season.
Move to the left to set up the right hand cross.
this year.
Inside to Olajuwon, easy layup. Who got it to him?
They're going under screens, and he doesn't want to pull up with the left. That's how uncomfortable he is with the left side. We've seen one dribble pull up with the left side. One. We are almost going to halftime.
See, Maxwell doing a great job.
At that point, at this point, it looks like he's not even looking to score.
Playing them like they played Marley in the first series. There's Benoit once again.
Benoit's third year from Alabama. Very athletic. Reminds me a little bit of Sabalos.
90 basketball
for Phoenix. Down on the baseline.
I don't think they do.
Got the start tonight. Trying to
Now, like again, this is not me saying John Stockton's ass. This is not me saying John Stockton wouldn't survive in this league. Like if John Stockton was in this era,
Rockets
like
46-32, their biggest lead of the game with 2:26 to go in the half. The key there is
so what I
holding
mean by
the Jazz
versatility
to only 32. Ernie Johnson has Chuck Daly in the studio with him for a Reebok halftime
you
report.
can't switch.
They'll recap this
You
first
can't
half and
play
we'll get some of the
defense the way the
wisdom
Pelicans
of
play
Coach Chuck.
defense with their
And
starting
also
five,
Craig Sager
where
has
it's
an
just
interview
everybody
with
makes up for
Patrick Ewing as
everything.
the Knicks
Because they
move
Lonzo
into the
6'6",
Eastern
and John Stockton
Conference
6'1", like
Finals, and
170.
Patrick will be the second
Like if Bam
tallest center in that
Adebayo
series.
ever saw John Stockton with the way the
Smith has
Pelicans
played
play
very
their
well, I would
defense,
say,
that's
for
a
Indiana.
bucket
And Indiana
every
New
single
York better
time.
not take
But if
them lightly
Lonzo
because they're
Ball's
playing
there,
great
you
basketball.
can
They've had
say
a
for
lot
a
of
little
chance
bit
to
help, a
rest
little
in
more
the
in
playoff
line.
series. And
Because
Reggie
he won't
Miller is
just go
playing great.
over
And as we look at
Lonzo
the
every single
shooting,
time. That's
speaking
just
of
not
Reggie
happening
Miller
every
and
single
shooting,
time.
the Rockets
Again,
11 for
6'6".
14 in this quarter, 79%, all under the leadership in this quarter of Sam Cassell.
And like, that's why at the end of the day, like, Magic to me is like,
Olajuwon with
he's not
the
the
double team,
GOAT
7
point
to
guard
shoot.
because yes, he's GOAT
No
Steph,
look
but
to
like
Olajuwon over Felton
all
Spencer.
time Mount Rushmore wise and like just like
Olajuwon
his
has
status
13
quo to like
points.
Great patience inside, double team, outside,
the
back
game
end,
of
get the
basketball
shot.
being
It's
a
tough to double
6'9"
team a guy
point
twice.
guard, it makes you way more versatile on the court by default. So even if Magic kind of has the same tendencies that John Stockton has when you're watching it right now, it's like, okay,
Look at
but
Olajuwon
Magic
working in the
could
post.
make
Hits a
up for
double
it by
team.
going out
He
and
kicks it
playing
back
center and
out.
going to
Good
score 40
patience.
in the
Right
80s.
back in, and you
You
know,
can't do that with John Stockton. You can't
get
switch.
there. Now he's
And you
got
can't
one-on-one
make
coverage.
John
That's when you show
Stockton
patience with your
anything
big
but
man.
a point guard
He'll
that
reward you
dribbles
with
the
a
ball
high
out
percentage shot.
or the off ball guy
Hornacek
that
was
spots
called
up
with
for a
that
three.
foul. He has 2 of them
That's
now,
all you
3
can do with him.
turnovers, and Hornacek hasn't scored in the game.
He's not scoring in a
Cassell hasn't punched
variety
away as
of
he tried
like
to split
ways.
on the second
He's not that kind of player.
Stockton got all the way to
Way
the
more
baseline.
comfortable
The
going
open man
like
was
the
Felton
low
Spencer.
line on the fast break.
Pulls down
Ha
the
ha.
board.
Before he has to help.
Ellie,
That's a great way to initiate a pass.
Fended off Hornacek with his arm. No whistle. Mike Mathis was right there.
Incidental bump that time with Ellie.
That's just easy.
Hornacek, missing from long range. He is struggling. 0 for 5.
Again, we'll go to like halftime.
Marley struggled. Hornacek struggled.
I'm pretty much
Max
gonna
may be the man.
wrap it up
He's doing
because
a
I
very
feel
good
like
job, and he's taking away
this,
from the
like,
spots on the
this
floor that he
pretty
really
much
likes to
proves my
shoot the
point.
ball. And then when you get an open shot, you put so
he
much
hasn't even
pressure
shot
on yourself
bad.
to
It's not
make it
even a
because you
bad
haven't seen one all
game
night.
statistically so far. Granted, I'm pretty sure in the game second half that he has is bad.
And that is a 3 by
But, like,
Mario Ellie. Houston now 4 of 7 from 3-point
This is
range.
just him. And like this is why this is partly the reason why the Jazz are down 20 in this game. Like there's not much for him to do. He's not a 3-level scorer.
The crowd is in a frenzy, as are the Rockets.
And he can't get away with being a predominant right-hand
Morey
player.
with the
Like
rebound. Get the Rockets dominating this ball game.
6'1".
Get the last shot. You got plenty of time.
That's my point.
Take it now.
The Rockets lead it 54-32.
Like, I'm watching this.
Three-pointers in this first
Right.
half.
And scoring wise,
Utah was very upset.
I don't
They thought
see
the Benoit shot was goaltended in the last possession.
Steve Nash. And I'm watching
Benoit with
Stockton
authority on
getting
the
to his
jam.
shits offensively.
Corbin intercepts. He's going to get
And this
it to
is like
Stockton
in-game
for the
film.
long shot that would have counted.
I see.
But to no avail.
And I don't even want to be like, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna come across as an asshole, but I don't see Steve Nash offensively. I see T.J. McConnell with better vision and more opportunities to pass. And TJ's not even a bad player. Solid rotational guy, solid defender, can get you buckets in spurts. He's solid for Indiana. He was solid for Philly and solid for Indy. But I can't see this being top 3-point guards in today's NBA whatsoever. Even if you gave him, let's say you give him, let's say you give him more threes, like to shoot. Like, so the spacing's there and he gets more threes. With his player build and the way he plays, he's not even looking to shoot if he's, again, dribbling to the left side. So it's like, what? Like, he's going to do all that spacing to look for Joel Embiid to, like, go down low and, like, eat? Like, I wouldn't understand, like, everybody's verdict. Granted, now he'll have more catch and shoot opportunities. The guards in this era are much more trustworthy with the ball in their hands, so they'll be able to make plays where John Stockton can get more open catch and shoot looks, and his shooting will be put into more of a be put more into use in this era. I will give him that. But then again, the offensive bag in terms of scoring and everything screams more TJ McConnell than it does Steve Nash. Steve Nash got to everywhere he needed to go. He was a 3-level scorer. He used the floaters. He had tricks going right, left, everywhere. He shot when he needed to shoot. Defenders had to step up for real on Steve Nash and worry about him. Granted, this was even Steve Nash's vices as a player that I'm talking about, and it's not even at the extreme that John Stockton's is. So, I don't know. Y'all can let me know